Pokimane blames men for ditching Twitch.
Dude, there's more red pill stuff on YouTube than there is stuff on Twitch.
Any trolls out there, but instead
Way
of just
more.
accepting the
Twitch is just full of people who spam thousands of emotes. Like, come on now.
You should be able to easily say that, like, a lot of the criticism that people get online is not really criticism. These are insults and hate. And there's no value to it. There's no advantage to having it.
There's not even an opinion to it. It's just insults on your opinion.
Now, I'm not saying
It's ridiculous.
you should get banned. I'm not saying, oh, you should get banned if you tweet that.
This is a hot take. And you can call this red pill bullshit because I know I'm not red pill and I know I'm not blue pilled either. But I don't think, unless you are threatening someone, I don't think you should get banned for even saying very hard insults like the R word, for example. I don't think you should get banned for a lot of shit. I think it all falls under free speech until it becomes a like terroristic threatening or something like that. Or you're threatening someone's life or something. I have a very hard stance on free speech because I think there's a fine line between banning someone for example, Twitter. If Twitter bans someone for their terms of service, I think there's a fine line between free speech and no free speech because yeah, you can say, well, you signed up and agreed for their terms of service, but the thing, and this might be a little hard to put in a way that's easy to comprehend, but I think there's a fine line between, like, if say I'm the government, and I say, well, or I'm a privately owned company that I work for. Like, for example, I'll use my AT&T scenario. When I worked for AT&T as advanced tech support, they fired me because I would not go get, or they made me go get the COVID shot. I went and got it. Then I got fired for something completely different a couple weeks later, for taking a payment in the wrong system or some shit. But imagine this was a free speech scenario and they have something that says you cannot, or no, imagine I work for a newspaper company. You cannot report on this while at work because our terms and service say you can't. Well, that's not free speech. And the same thing falls with Twitter. If you can't say something on Twitter because it's against their terms of service, it's a fine line before everyone else starts doing that. Like privately owned government companies start doing that. The law starts doing that. I think there's fine lines there between freedom of speech and like us losing our freedom of speech, freedom of press, and blah, 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 blah. And I think, of course, there's exceptions if you're doing like terroristic threatening or threatening someone's life. But I don't think I have a very, very almost radical stance on free speech. I think you should be able to say whatever the fuck you want, whenever the fuck you want. If you don't like what someone's saying, if they say the R word, the N word, the C word, whatever, block them. Like, it's really that simple. Like, I don't want to see that stuff. I block that stuff, like, it's really that simple. But that doesn't give them a right, even if it's the stupidest take in the world, like the stupidest piece of shit, sexist, racist person in the world. They have a right to say that stuff. As much as they don't deserve a right to say that stuff, they have a right to say that stuff. And I know that's a harsh stance on free speech, but that's my opinion on it. And I know that probably would align with a lot of right-wing shit, but I have a lot of left-wing takes too. Like, that's just my opinion on free speech in general.
I'm stupid. No, I didn't say that. But, like, let's not pretend that it's all legitimate feedback and criticism, because it's not. I would say that is the minority even. with anyone, not just Pokimane, with anyone.
It will be all right.
She will stream for the first time on YouTube, reconfirming that she has not re-signed an exclusivity deal with Twitch and is free to stream wherever she likes. Now, of course, as a content creator myself on YouTube, I think that YouTube is a pretty good platform. I personally wouldn't want to deal with Twitch and the fact that they are constantly not actually giving platforms a stable environment, and 1 minute you might be their favorite, then the next minute they might hate you, they might ban you, and then of course they change.
Twitch is super inconsistent with bans.
Yeah.
They are crazy fucking inconsistent with
If you're
bans.
making
I
them
saw
a
this
large
the
amount of
other
money,
day.
they're not going to ban you.
Look
Even
at this.
Tectone said, I'm unbannable. Yo, B Reigns,
So,
thank
I
you for the
scroll down.
gifted
There's a lot of shit we
sub.
gotta
Thank
go
you, my
through today. Let me see if I
brother.
find this.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. We've been dry lately,
this
so thank you very
girl,
much.
right?
It's been a rough
This
couple
girl,
weeks,
I've known her for years.
but steady growth.
She
We're
started
getting new
streaming on
followers, and that's the
Twitch
main
again.
thing. So thank you very much.
And this is what she was wearing. She got suspended indefinitely by Twitch.
Oh, see, that's kind of crazy that she got suspended for
Meanwhile,
that.
Is that which one is worse? In my opinion, it's not even close.
It's not even
So how
close.
is it that these girls can do this
It's not even close.
every fucking day? And I'm not complaining about this. I'm not saying it's a problem. But what I am saying is that how the fuck do you have this?
Yeah, where's the line
then a
between that?
girl
What's the
sitting
difference
there,
in between that?
literally with a low-cut shirt and a fucking like a short skirt
Oh,
on?
did you hear that they made it? You know how those VTubers wear like really skimpy clothes and you can see the under boob, the side boob, basically everything. Now you can no longer, not even a VTuber can show under boob. They can show cleavage, but they can't show under boob. Like they have the weirdest rules on
dress
Twitch.
gets permanently fucking banned. How does this happen? I guess everybody on Twitch likes ass and not tits.
Not
guess
making
that's
Twitch enough
basically it.
money.
I mean, this is what happened with Velvet too. Completely inconsistent. Gaming platforms shouldn't be porn platforms. Twitch isn't a gaming platform, number one. And number
True.
two, if you
Far
think
from a
that
gaming
and you want to
platform.
ban all of them,
Lydia
then
Violet. I
support
don't know.
your
I don't know.
opinion.
It seems like I've heard that name.
But don't ban some of them. You ban all of them or none of them.
It seems like I've heard that name. Is that a bad thing?
Their rules around but aren't actually clear and concise on what their guidelines are. I wouldn't want to deal with that, but it says the popular
That's not like a P star, is it?
content creator has streamed exclusively on Twitch for several years, but will begin to test the waters and stream on potentially multiple platforms, which is great for her. That's her business choice. But instead of just saying, oh, I've decided to broaden
they so
my
bad at rules?
horizons
I don't know.
and see if the pastures are truly greener on the other side, she has decided to blame men for this decision. For the last couple of years, is it just
Just
me,
a
or
really
yeah,
pretty
do you
gamer
guys
chick.
also feel like
No,
it has
I'm
progressed
sure
a
she
lot
is. If
instead
she's
of
a gamer
Twitch's
chick, she's
community
probably on
a new
Twitch.
episode of her podcast, and especially with the rise of so much manosphere red pill bullshit, I feel that stuff has flourished within the male-dominated live streaming sphere of things. Manosphere? That is
That's just fucking stupid. It is. It's fucking
That is
stupid.
fucking stupid, bro.
And I get
I've
that
seen no
obviously
red
she
pill
might
bullshit
not
on
like
Twitch.
it.
I mean, I'm sure it is
That's
on here, but
totally fine
I've never
for her
seen
not to
I've
like
never
it.
seen any
But
manosphere
don't
bullshit
say
on
that
here.
you don't like it and then go to YouTube. Don't go
On
stream on
IV.
YouTube. YouTube's worse.
I didn't
This is
know I
like saying, like,
follow
I don't like gambling and gotcha games. I'm going to go to the
on
casino
4?
instead.
On
What
4?
the fuck?
On IV?
Like, Twitch is infinitely less, like,
IV.
manosphere
What's IV?
than YouTube. It's not even a question.
Yeah, YouTube. IG. YouTube has literally manosphere bullshit, red pill bullshit, blue pill bullshit. YouTube has everything, and it's not even a question that there's more manosphere bullshit on YouTube, as well as more blue pill bullshit on YouTube. I mean, come on now.
complete feminist rhetoric, and I mean, I can't be surprised, right? It's the online demographic that skews males the most, so of
Yeah.
course manosphere stuff would kind of
Pokimane talking about this stuff is so ironic, though.
perform better there, and you guys already know who and what I'm talking about.
Maybe
Oh, yes,
ironic's
we
not the
do.
word,
No,
but
it's
just
not even.
so
There-
stupid.
there's
She's
not,
always
though.
scamming
Like,
her
what
fucking audience and
manosphere
shit.
stuff. Because, like, okay, on Twitch, what really is the manosphere stuff? Is there any real example of that? No. Because the truth is that people have been shitting on girls on Twitch. Me? People have been shitting on girls. Trying to stream on Twitch.
You're the
anymore.
manosphere bullshit.
That's the whole point.
Asmongold.
Like, he streams like maybe once every other week. Once a week. Like, Aiden's banned. Kai just goofs around. Like, what the fuck? Hassan's not doing any of this. Hassan, yeah, she's on Hassan's side. I think that she probably, what does manosphere mean? Open any game category? Well, what I'm saying is that I think that Twitch is infinitely more welcoming towards women now than it was 5 years ago.
Oh yeah, 100%.
And I don't even think it's close. I think that Twitch is infinitely more like accepting of like having women in like gaming spaces and not just reducing them down to their body. Now, obviously,
well, here's the thing, man. Here's the thing. Here's my take on this. And I told Callie this not long ago. Like, the video game industry has been male dominated since the beginning. Most game developers were, like, if you go back to the OG game developers, there's hardly ever been any women in the video game development community. And that led to less women being interested in games because they were created by males for males all along. You're seeing more female devs now, but I'm sure the percentage, how many female game devs in 2024? Let's see, let me put developers. Let's do 2023. 23% of developers surveyed are women for, let's see, game developers. So 23% now. So you can only assume, let's see, in 1980, there were probably little to none. Like, so it's just now getting up into the 20%. So it's obvious that there hasn't been a female's touch in gaming, which leads to more females not playing games. And now you're seeing more games created by females for females. That's why they add little farming simulators into these gacha games, into these shooters. And like Fallout has a place where you can build your house now. Fallout 4 had a place where you could like build your house and make it pretty and shit. They add that for the women aspect of it, you know. And obviously you're gonna see more females getting into gaming and Twitch. And even though Twitch isn't all about gaming, it does have a lot of gaming on it, you know. But like, it's only natural that there was less women in Twitch at the beginning because it was a male-dominated industry. But obviously, it's going to continue growing, and females will get more and more accepted in it. But it's still male-dominated, so yes, you're going to see that manosphere bullshit, whether you like it or not. You're also going to see a lot more of it on YouTube than you are Twitch, whether you like it or not. And that'll only get better with time. And you leaving Twitch is not helping that, Pokimane. And in fact, it's hurting it because you need more women in Twitch. Just saying.
Will happen. It happens a lot. But like, it doesn't happen as much. And that's my point. So it's like Twitch right now is the most progressive that it's ever been.
Gaming chicks are super welcome these days. They have a platform where they can have massive success here. Most men are super okay with that. Exactly, and that me and Callie were talking about that too. And if you're especially if you have pretty privilege, as they call it, especially if you're a decent looking female, you have an advantage in the Twitch industry and Twitch gaming industry, in my opinion. Like, if you're a pretty female, you're automatically going to get... I told Callie, if she got dressed up every day and streamed, she would have more viewers than me within a week. And I put work in to get the viewers I got, you know? Like, I bet she would have more viewers than me in a week. And that's not even a joke. Like, I guarantee you she would.
In terms of, like, how, like viewers see women. I think so. What do you guys think? Yeah, most women streaming reduce themselves to their bodies. That's not most women streaming. Most women streaming wear normal clothes and don't do that. There's a handful of girls that use their body to advertise themselves, and they are disproportionately reported on and talked about because it's more interesting to look at porn than just a random girl playing a video game. Like, let's just be honest here, guys. Okay? Like, sure?
All right, brother.
Let's go down. Pick the game. You guys pick the game. Pal World? Okay. Let's do Pal World. And so we're going to find the top 10 streams, and we're going to see how many of these streams are actively sexual.
1, 2, 3.
Okay, so we have 1, 2, 3.
Hey, yo, another gifted sub. Thank you, brother. Hell yeah.
5.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you.
6.
Beast mode.
7.
Let's get that
8,
hype train going, chat. Let's
9,
get
we
that.
got
Drop
one
some
more.
more subs. No, I'm just kidding.
10.
Thank you, though, brother.
Okay, here we go. Okay.
He got hit with an ad.
All right. Okay, so this is 1. I mean, she is wearing makeup, so this is sexual, right, guys? I mean, let's be honest. I mean, she's basically trapping men into watching her content. And she's using a webcam. I mean, come on. This is obviously sexual. So let's be realistic, okay? Let's not meme around. This is not sexual content. Like, they're not... Sasha, it's Sasha Grey. It used to be sexual content. It's not, though. This is not sexual
yeah,
content.
she used to be a porn. She used to be a corn star. Sasha Grey. Bad example, bro.
Number 1,
Jesus
no sexual
Christ.
content. Number 2, no sexual content. Her boobs aren't even jiggling whenever she blinks. For a
My
VTuber
God.
even, this is not very sexual. So, 2, non-sexual content.
It's a furry, though.
Let's look
Could
at 3.
fall under sexual content.
Oh, wow, look at this. A random girl playing a video game with a shirt on. 3, not sexual content. 4, let's look at number 4. I'll give it that a second. All right, here's 5. Is this sexual content? She's wearing a low-cut shirt. You could say it is. I don't really think so. It's not overly sexual. I mean,
No, that's not sexual
I think
content.
this is like, let's say this is let's say there is a sexual appeal to this.
Yeah.
Just for the sake of the argument. Right? Let's say that there is. So this is 1, so we're 1 to 4, right? And then we're going to look at this one. Oh, wow. It's another girl wearing a totally non-revealing shirt in any capacity. Okay, so we're now 5 to 1. So 5 to 1. Let's see the next one. Okay, you've got a random girl. She has her mic in the way of her cleavage. So if she really cared about being sexual, she wouldn't be doing that. So I would say this is 6 to 1. I'm sorry. I think this is a 6 to 1, guys.
6 to 1.
So we'll go and maybe you could say it's 6 to, maybe you could say it's 5 to 2. Maybe. Let's go look at the next one. Oh, look at this. It's another normal girl playing a video game with a normal shirt
You
on.
proved your point, Asmon.
Are we at 7 to 1? I feel like, what is, are we Brazil now? Next. Okay, you've got another random girl with a shirt on playing Pow World. Nothing is sexual about this. There's nothing wrong with this. The camera's not pointed in a weird way. It's not. So, 8 to 1. Oh, look at this.
A Star
it's
Wars
another
shirt.
normal girl playing a video game.
Or, wait, what?
What a
what's-
shocker.
What's that shirt say?
9 to 1.
Oh, it's
So even
reversed.
in
Yeah,
the
it says
most-
Star
and
Wars.
I mean, if there's any of them that are gonna, I mean, like, maybe, right? I mean, this is definitely, I think this, we could say this is 2, right? Could definitely say this is 2. And so at least, guys, I would, and this is also assuming that having any degree of cleavage is viewed as being sexual. And I'm taking a very liberal approach to this, just for the sake of the argument. My point is, the people that have these opinions made them up. These are not opinions that are arrived at through logic or through any sort of observation. These are
Statistics.
opinions
There's no stats
that they
behind
made
it.
up. My point is disingenuous. What is disingenuous about this? That I showed you the top 10 girls on a directory and the majority of them weren't sexual, and so my argument is that the majority of girls on Twitch are not sexual? So how's that disingenuous to you? And also, like, I'm sorry, but I think that there's like a huge there's a huge discrepancy.
Maybe he's saying it's
between a girl-
disingenuous because it's under one category. But if you go to hot tubs and pools, obviously more of it's going to be sexualized. Like, we're talking about women in video game industry on Twitch, not women in
playing
general,
a video
right?
game with a low-cut shirt on and a girl shaking her ass at the camera. I'm sorry. I think these are two completely different universes in terms of like sexual content. Yeah. See, it's just this is what. As soon as a person that has these narratives, like, because this is why I like doing this, is because people have these perspectives about, like, girl streamers, for example, and these perspectives, they literally made them up. They just made this, they made it up. They're like, oh, this is what I think that it is. I'm going to make up this reality. No, that's not how it is. And you can find that anytime. 20% is a lot. Yeah, but you know what's more than 20%? 80%. And so whenever I say the majority of girls aren't doing sexual content on Twitch, I'm right.
Okay. But what is the most female? Which category on Twitch has the most females? Let's see this. Which category on Twitch has the most female streamers? 26.9% of global desktop visitors on Twitch were women, but some female streamers have large followings. Over 80% of all female Twitch streamers regularly broadcast in just chatting. So 80% of female Twitch streamers are in just chatting. So his argument could be made mute if this is proven. But I'm not saying it is. But let's see how many are sexualized in just chatting. We'll go to the top 10. We'll do the same thing he did. We'll take the top 10 and just chatting and see how many of them sexualized. Because this could completely mute his argument right here. We're just taking the same argument he did and doing the exact same thing. Wait, right here. Right here. How many is that, chat? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Next female, 10. Okay. So these are the top 10 in just chatting. Let's see if this seems sexual just based off this corner right here. But we'll come back to it since we got an ad. If we're taking the same liberal approach he did, this is sexualized. This is sexualized. If we're taking the same liberal, it has sex appeal. We'll say not sexualized, but sex appeal. So that's 2 out of 10. Okay, we got 1. We got so 2 out of 3 are sexualized so far. This one's not. She's got the furry ears, but we'll take a non-liberal approach here and say that's not sexualized. All right. If we go by the same liberal approach he did, that's 3 of 4 sexualized. Okay, non-sexualized, so 3 of 5. Sexualized, 4 of 6.
Oh, so you pee out shit.
Let's see, 5 of 7. 6 of 8. This is a male, my bad. So, I mean, just based off the 8 we pulled up right there, 8 of them were sexualized. Does that mute his argument since 80% of the female community on Twitch is in just chatting, and just 6 out of 8 of them was just like, you can't just base it off those 6 of 8 streamers or the 10 that Asmongold just had. You know what I mean? It's not fair for I can turn around and make the same argument to them, and I would argue that my argument is more valid here. I'm not saying that most women on Twitch do sexualize their content or have sex appeal in their content. I'm just saying, if you look at just chatting, where 80% of female is, out of the 8 I just pulled up, 6 of them were using some sort of sex appeal in their content. So I think that does make his argument mute, as well as mine, because you can't take a small subset of Twitch and equate it to all the females on Twitch. So I think it's a lot more than 20%, and I think it's a lot less than 6 out of 8, whatever that is. What is 6 out of 8%? 6 divided by 8 is 75%. So I think it's probably a lot less than 75% that sexualize their content, and I think it's probably a lot less or a lot more than 20% sexualize their content. You can't just take a small subset like that and equate it to the all of females on Twitch. That's I mean,
I never
just can't.
said that 20% wasn't anything. Of course there's girls that do that. It's crazy that people are even fighting this. It's so fucking delusional, it's depressing. And I guarantee you that a lot of people in my chat right now are disagreeing with me. But hey, somebody let Pokimane know that I guarantee you whenever this video drops on YouTube, people in the chat are going to be calling me a simp in the comments. They're going to be saying, oh, Asmon changed ever since he started dating that other girl. Oh, Asmon changed. Oh, he's being a simp again. Here
I'm
it
not
is.
saying he's wrong, but I'm not saying he's like, I'm not saying he's wrong, but I'm not saying he's right either. Like, I'm just trying to prove a point that I can take a small subset from just chatting and get completely different results that he did. If I took a small subset from pools and hot tubs, it would probably be 10 out of 10. You know what I mean? Like, it's just...
And those comments are going to be not on Twitch, but they're going to be on YouTube.
It's not fair to take a
Is
small
attacking
subset and equate it to all of the
larger
females
male
on Twitch.
streamers on the platform like XQC and Asmongold. She's
Oh,
accusing these guys of just trying to be entertaining. They do these things not to be mean.
I make a lot of sexist jokes against women, and I'm not sorry. I think they're funny.
Yeah, they're
I'm gonna
funny.
Keep doing
There's nothing
them. And I
wrong with
also make
making
sexist
sexist
against
jokes
men,
or any
and I'd
kind
make
of
even
jokes.
more of them if I thought it wouldn't get me banned.
If you're it all depends on the way in which you're saying shit. Like the intent behind what you're saying is what's important. If you're joking and it's obviously a joke, then don't get so fucking butthurt about it. Like, it's really that simple.
I don't think there's anything wrong with it at all. It's a joke. If you
Twitch
don't
has
like
a
the joke, you
comedic
don't have to watch
approach
the
to it.
stream.
A lot of Asmon's Twitch stream, my Twitch stream, almost all Twitch streams have some sort of comedic appeal to it. Like, I mean, come on. We watch
But
it
I'm
for
not gonna change
entertainment.
what I'm saying because somebody gets their feelings hurt. Who gives a fuck about them? It hurts my feelings that they want me to change what I'm saying. So who's hurting whose feelings here?
People uncomfortable or to get their audiences to attack the individuals they talk about, but just because she doesn't find it entertaining and she doesn't think that their audiences and communities are healthy, she's attacking them.
Yeah.
She went on to talk about how this kind of bigotry and shit spewing is
There's no bigotry on Twitch. What are you talking about? Where? Talking about bigotry on Twitch? Who? What, somebody says something in chat? Okay.
Ban.
No. By the way, like, Pokimane never said my name. This girl used my name. Pokimane never said shit about me. Like, so you don't have to attack her, get mad at her. Like,
If there's bigotry on your Twitch chat, just hit the ban button. That's what it's there for.
didn't say
Like,
anything.
come on now. It's not that big of a deal.
This girl just used me as an example. And so, she's bigoted against broke boys? Well, what I'm saying is, like, there's no bigoted shit on Twitch. Like, what are we talking about? Absolutely not. I would say, like, there's no, like, there's not even an inkling of any bigotry.
Big old trees.
Now, obviously, people might make a
I haven't
gay
seen a
joke.
big old
Oh,
tree in a
wow.
long time.
Like, Aiden Ross or Kai makes a gay joke. Do
Hardwood.
you think this means they hate gay people? Get the fuck out of here. No, it doesn't. It might be stupid. It might be childish. It might be in poor taste, politically incorrect. But to compare that with genuine homophobia is disingenuous, and it does a disservice to people that are trying to fight against genuine homophobia. Whenever,
Facts.
oh, that's gay. Oh, wow, that's so bad. No, that's not the same thing as somebody who wants to make same-sex marriage illegal. Like, these are two totally different fucking universes. And I'm so
That's so
fucking
true.
sick of people trying to pretend that two goof clowns, like, acting stupid on the internet is the same as genuine bigotry.
It's like
not
starting
this-
a movement against gay rights. It's not. It does not equate to making a gay joke. Does not equate to the same thing. That's what he's saying.
Same. I'm not saying it's good, but don't go and call it bigotry. It's not. It's just being stupid.
normalized on
Holy
Twitch from
fuck.
some of the most popular.
Holy
Aiden Ross has
fuck.
been openly homophobic? Really? That's crazy because I thought Aiden Ross was banned on Twitch permanently. Isn't that funny? Used him as an example, maybe a mistake. You're right. No, you're right. I did use Aiden as an example, and then people are using Aiden, and now you're saying, like, I can use him an example, but then if you use it, then he's not. No, you actually
I'd
bring
like
up
to
a good
see
point.
some examples of.
But yeah.
When has he been openly
But
homophobic?
Aiden's not on Twitch anymore. And so, like,
yeah, and
any of
even if he
those
was
jokes that
openly
you're
even if he was openly homophobic, he's banned on Twitch. Like, that just proves a point.
like that, like, it's not even on there.
And I'm sure there is bigotry on Twitch, but is it in the amount that Pokimane makes it out to be, you know? Like, and if there is, just hit the ban button. It's up to you to decide who's allowed in your chat. That's why we have rules, and if you don't follow those rules, you will get fucking banned. That's the way chats work, you know?
No, you brought up a good point.
Typically male creators, and it makes it hard for her to exist in an industry and community and watch that shit happen and act like it's no big deal.
It's hard for popular and well-established, typically male creators. Has made it hard for her to exist in the industry and watch that shit happen and act like it's no big deal.
For detractors who would ask her to speak out against someone with dozens of thousands of followers and stans, she said, Eminem term, she said it's almost like there's no point expressing your opinion to people that you're never going to change anyways, lamenting that a lot of whom are prepubescent little boys that need to go through puberty and then they'll figure it out.
Like, I just want to see, like, what the example of this is. I really do. I want to see, like, what the example...
Typically, male creators has made it hard for her to exist in an industry and community and watch that shit happen and act... What?
Of, like, genuine, like, bigotry.
Oh, I bet she's referring to... I bet this was during the heat with Gideon, when she had all the shit with Gideon going on.
Because I'm not seeing it.
Now, after reading this a couple of
Or whatever his name
I am
is.
just so disappointed that she is one of the largest female streamers out there because she in no way, shape, or form understands...
In my opinion on that fact is, though, if she leaves Twitch, that's not helping the female community at all. In fact, I think it would be hurting the female community because you're losing one of the largest female creator on Twitch.
The internet. We all know that there are tons of trolls that go into live streams just to try to cause a ruckus, right? I stream 4 times a week and trolls constantly come into my stream. It's part of the game, and by calling them out, you're giving attention to them. But to call out others who are simply trying to entertain their audiences is absolutely pathetic. Why not just focus on your own content, building the audience?
Well, and that's the thing, right? Is like...
And your audience is a reflection of you, in my opinion. Like I said, you have that ban button for a reason. If you see someone that says something you don't like, you can always ban them or warn them at the very least, and then ban them later if they don't change what they're doing. So it's a lot of it comes down to that as well.
Like, I'm so tired of people that want the entire platform to change based off of their own, like, their own preferences. Like, if I don't like a stream, I don't have to watch that stream. Like, I don't need to go and, like, turn this and, like, oh, this entire...
And, like, by using that ban button, you're slowly going to get the community that you want. You're going to slowly take out every single person that you don't want to be part of your community until you're left with none. No, I'm just kidding. Until you're left with none of the ones that you don't want in your community.
Your website has to change. I can't be on this website because of this stream. What the fuck? Like, why? Like, what do you have anything to do with that? If somebody like that comes into your chat, just fucking ban them.
Exactly.
It's not even a question.
You like and move on. They are not the ones creating the trolls that are coming after you. When you become famous, you will always have detractors. You've just got to grow up and deal with it. Well,
here's the thing, right? Is like Pokimane said this on a Spotify podcast, right? I mean, didn't Joe Rogan sign like a $100+ million deal with Spotify? And Joe Rogan has regularly had on Alex Jones. I wonder what's worse. Somebody making stupid jokes about women or Alex Jones? Not regular. I mean, he's been on more than once or twice, okay? Like, let's be real. There's plenty of bad stuff on Spotify. How many artists? Here's a great example. Let's look for an individual on Spotify.
Chris Brown. Jesus Christ. 50 million monthly listeners.
Let's find another one. Two individuals on Spotify. Let's go for the hat trick.
Jesus.
In what universe is anyone on Twitch worse than R. Kelly?
True.
This dude did not get
I'm sure there's someone out there that
fucking Netflix documentary about him. He got a fucking series. Like, this is it's like Game of Thrones. This whole thing, like, dude, and this guy is on Spotify. How the fuck are you and like easily like and I know what somebody would say. Well, I just don't listen to their stuff. I don't like their stuff. Okay. Well, then just don't go watch the streams. It's the same thing. Like, every platform has bad actors on it.
Of course.
You can't single out Twitch and say
One bad apple in this case does not spoil the whole damn bunch.
well, there's all these bad actors on Twitch. No, there's not. Twitch is the
It's
most
not how it
restrictive
works.
of any platform. Like, there's many more things I could say on Twitch, or sorry, on YouTube that I can't say on Twitch. Like, way, way, way more.
Yeah, I feel like YouTube's a
them
lot
get
more
to
lenient
you
on that
if
kind
you
of shit.
let them know that they've won, and let's be honest, she's had a lot of bad takes. They are going to continue to come after you. If you say something ridiculous, you are going to get roasted for it the exact same way that a male creator would, and just because you're a female creator does not mean that you receive more backlash because of your bad takes. No, you are receiving the same amount that they would, and if they have a larger audience than you, they are going to also be receiving.
I think that, like, there's some degree of truth where, like, people do hate Pokimane a lot, but I think also, like, her being a woman is, like, it's like, you look at, it's like a pie chart, and, like, yeah, that's a slice, but it's not the whole fucking pizza, okay? It's not. The truth is, like, how many times does Hassan get hate threads? Like, somebody, like, it was like, there was like some implication that some...
Yeah, and Hassan is talking about a lot more political and deep shit than someone like Pokimane is. So it's obviously he's going to get a lot more hate shit. Same with like Destiny, or if say Ben Shapiro started streaming, like they have a lot more people actually listen to them and take what they're saying. They don't take what they're saying with a grain of salt. They actually live by those words, you know.
Relative,
because they have a lot of pull in the political community.
Was like worked at a place that like had a lot of money. It was like some bullshit like this, right? Everybody on Twitter is just retweeting this, saying I knew this was true before I even saw it. So like they're saying like, yeah, I created headcanon. His dad, I don't know if it was his dad or not. His uncle, yeah, I have no fucking idea. But the point is, like, people are creating headcanon, shitting on Hassan every day. He gets shit on every fucking day. XQC gets shit on every fucking day. Like, even now, for me. Like, where's this? I saw this today. Let me see if I can find it again. Look at this. This is a very popular tweet. Anon has gamer leg. This guy comments, he retweets it, he says, Asmongold in 2 years. 62,000 likes.
Damn. What the fuck?
Look. Fucking look, okay? Legs are totally fine. There's nothing wrong with them. I'm completely healthy. Oh, I'll show you the other leg too, just in case you don't believe it. See that? Totally fucking fine. Show your feet. Shut up, you fucking freak. And so anyway, yes. And it's just so it's a random hate, and it's everybody in the comments is like fucking like only use me, but I don't even know who the fuck that is. Yeah, pretty much. Anon is a connected knots gamer. Yeah, look at this. At least they'll have the money to fix it. 2 years. This is Asmongold. There you go. And this is what happens, man. Everybody gets shit. I get shit on all the time.
Especially if you're a big name, you're
Does
going to
Pokey
get shit on all the
as
time.
well? Yeah. This sometimes is unfair.
Hell, I've
Yeah,
been
it
shit on
is.
already on YouTube, and I'm a small
But
streamer.
it's just funny. Who cares? People always resort to personal attacks when they have a real point. The guy, no, I'm not mad at the guy's tweet. I thought it was funny. I'm not mad at him for tweeting that. I'm not like, oh, I'm being offended right now. It's funny. Like, I'm not, what the fuck?
More backlash. That's just the way that it goes.
It's just a
That's
joke,
the way
yeah.
streaming is. And again, when you say something dumb online, you are going to get backlash. It is the internet. It's the way that it works. The more bad takes you have, the more detractors you'll have. But instead, she just tries to play on gender here, saying, oh, it's just the manosphere, and I have to leave Twitch because they're not nice to women. Sure, I'm not as big as her, but I've had my fair share of backlash over my takes and trolls who try to
is what's
get
gonna
me upset.
happen.
I just move on because it's the
You
internet.
tell people
An
something
opinion's
they
an
don't wanna hear,
opinion.
and they're
If people don't like your opinion, they're gonna shit on you for it. And 90% of the time, they're not gonna have a good, what's it called? They're not gonna have any facts or sources to back up their, like, they won't even attempt to disprove your claim. Actually, better yet, have facts or sources for it. They'll just shit on your opinion for you having a different opinion than them.
gonna get mad at you. Like, is it really that shocking? Like, goddamn, I feel like it's obvious, right?
People troll me or criticize my takes, and I don't really care. That doesn't stem from what another creator's doing. It's because of what I do, and I accept that. Of course, back and forth drama can and does happen between social media personalities, and fans of each person will go after the other person. But in general, there isn't a massive general audience of people being created by the types of streamers that she's talking about and that she's targeting with her bullshit feminist rhetoric.
Oh, no, I disagree with her completely about this. I think that there's tons of guys on there that love to hear about how bad women are. Absolutely.
Of course.
Yeah.
That's
the same as,
everywhere.
like, there's tons of women out there that love to hear about how bad men are.
Mm-hmm.
These are like women that have had, you know, their dad was an asshole, their brother's a dickhead, and their boyfriend is mean and cheated on them. And so, from their perspective, they just hate men. Like, they unironically are femcells. They are, yeah. And there's a lot of guys that are like that too. And if you make content like that, like if you look at my videos, for example, and to be fair, I mean, like, a lot of my videos do really well, right? But like if you go and you look at the Asmongold incel videos that I do, like this has 400,000 views, almost 500,000 views, 1.6 million views. Look at that. Some of these are fucking crazy. And so, yeah, this is 600,000 views. A lot of people watch these fucking videos because it's a popular topic that a lot of people want to talk about and think about.
True.
That's it. Like, yeah. You kind of embrace that, though? I embrace being an incel? You think I embrace being an incel? No, I don't. The difference is that, here's what the difference is that whenever I see that people are incels, I don't immediately think that they are like a super bad guy that's going to kill women. I try to look at people, and I got a lot of shit for this whenever I was talking about people that were like terrorists, and I said that you have to understand why somebody becomes a terrorist in order to understand how to make people stop being terrorists. And everybody said, "Oh no, you shouldn't humanize them."
I said that. I said something similar to that on one of my React videos. I was talking about people become terrorists and extremists. People become. Let me use the term extremist. People become extremists because they have been. For example, I always like using Tupac's quote here. Like if there was a starving man outside the door. And he's knocking on your door gently. Please give me some food. Day 1, please give me some food. Day 5, he's like, come on, man. I've been begging for 5 days. Please give me some food. And the knock turns a little bit harder. About 2 weeks later, 3 weeks later, it turns in. He kicks in that fucking door. He shoves a gun in your mouth and says, give me some fucking food. I'm hungry. I'm starving to death. And that's how the analogy I always used to describe why people become extremists is because they've been oppressed or held down for so long, you know, and That's how it comes to be. Is that the answer? No, that's obviously not the answer. But that's how that kind of shit happens.
Well, how can you not do that? They're humans. If you want to reverse engineer how a person works to make them stop doing something, you need to understand what makes
Welcome
them
back,
do that.
Shaw.
And so it's the same thing with incels. I try to understand how a person feels. Because if you can understand how a person feels,
Corn
you
and
can
ice cream?
understand
Oh,
how
that
to
sounds
make
like a
them feel in
terrible
way
combination.
To make them do what you want. And that's the reason. It's fucking obvious.
I had an apple for lunch.
And let's be honest, Pokimane is no stranger to controversy, and
Those
she
green apples
says
are
and
good, by
does
the way.
things that she must know are going to face backlash and ultimately get her being talked
Oh, let's not talk about broke
because
boys
just a
and
few
her
months
not
ago,
the cookie
she
$7
had the
fucking
cookie
cookies.
debate. I know math is hard when you're an idiot.
Or
Pokimane
$21
slams
cookies.
broke boys for criticizing cost of her cookies minus snacks. She should have just came out and said, if you do not want to spend the money or you cannot afford to spend the money on them, don't. They're cookies. That would have been fine. Everybody would have applauded her saying, wow, actually a level-headed take. But instead she called people an idiot for trying to either, in some cases, break down the cost and say, I could purchase cookies that are very similar for a cheaper price, or people just trying to say, listen, why would I want to spend money on your product? At the end of the day, it's not like it's something that I can have forever, like a shirt or a mug or a mouse pad. It's cookies. And she took it personally, and that's the #1 rule of the internet. Do not take things personally, or else the internet is going to eat you alive. But it's like she
True.
does
She's totally right about this.
Can't take things personally at all.
Absolutely.
Just
Like,
brush it
stop
off, take it with a
trying
grain of
to
salt, and
be
move
seen.
on.
Stop trying to
If
be
people hate your
acknowledged.
opinions,
Stop
let them
trying
hate your
to
opinions,
have
man.
people,
Just move on and tell them your next fucking opinion or your next fact. Base it off facts and
validate
statistics.
you on the internet. Stop trying to look for reinforcement.
Have your sources ready,
Always a
brother.
mistake.
things and says things that of course are going to get people talking about her, and maybe
Don't look for instant gratification is what he's saying. If you base your happiness off likes and comments, you're never gonna be happy.
she also
Period.
said this so that people would talk about
Don't
her.
base
But
your value off of this. That's a problem. And I've watched a video over this in the past and reacted to it, but like these these big Instagram content creators and influencers, they base their value based off the amount of followers or likes they got, and that's just unhealthy, and you can't do that, and it leads to a lot of mental issues in these people.
it just does not look good for her. And even if people are talking, I personally do not I don't subscribe to the theory of all press is good press,
It's
even
not.
negative press, because
It's not.
You are getting absolutely destroyed over your takes recently, Pokimane, and the more you spout,
When
Yeah,
you're
no,
when you're first coming up, all publicity is good publicity. When you're big and you have a lot to lose, bad publicity is just bad publicity.
all press is good press. This is the opinion of a person who's never had bad press.
rhetoric like this.
There's a
little
spectrum where like some negative press makes you more interesting and compelling.
Yeah.
But there's like a level where it's like bad.
poison manosphere red pill bullshit.
I think when you're first coming up, bad press can be good press, depending on. Like I said, I mean, it obviously depends on how bad the press is. Like he said, there's a spectrum to it, but
that you're now
Yeah.
I would say when you're coming up, it's a lot.
That's all.
It doesn't matter as much,
But
you
I
know,
really had to discuss in this
whether
video.
it's bad or good.
Let everyone know your thoughts
As long
in
as
the
it brings in
comment
the
section
clicks.
down below. If you enjoyed this,
Yeah,
make sure
I
to
didn't
give it
really
a
know
like,
that this was
share it,
about,
and subscribe to the channel.
like,
and of course,
the,
if you
like,
didn't,
guys.
give it a dislike. I appreciate your support either way, but I will talk to you all again in the next video really soon.
Yeah, I think this is pretty fair overall. I mean, again, I think Pokimane probably does get a bit more criticism because, like, they look at her as, like, the poster girl for Twitch girls, and people have a lot of problems with Twitch girls. And so, yeah, sure, she gets some of that hate, but, like, people look at XQC as the poster boy for, like, React streamers, or Hassan is the poster boy for, like, liberal, like, people on the internet, and, like, they should...
No, I look at Destiny as for liberal
just
people
that's
on
what
the
happens,
internet.
right? If you're considered
Destiny
like this
and Hassan,
person
I
is
guess.
now like an avatar of a group of people that everybody just assumes is like this.
Part of
and
that
again, I'm not about
niche.
like you got You don't need to assert. And look at this, right? Isn't this my point exactly? Everybody's got a fucking opinion about this. Everybody's getting mad. And that's my whole point, right? Is that, yes, 100%. It's not about what your opinion of Hassan is. I don't give a fuck. It doesn't matter. It really doesn't. So think about that next time you're going to type it. My point is that Twitch is not a safe space for things that are like super misogynist. It is absolutely not.
Agreed.
Like, the actual bad stuff is on YouTube. YouTube is the worst platform for red pill stuff. And in
No
my
Rumble.
opinion, I don't even think it's close. It's huge. Like,
But
anytime,
nobody
like,
uses
if I
Rumble.
go over, you know, for example,
That I
like
know.
I'll go ahead and I'll do this. So is Pokimane right? I think that if you go down and you read some of these comments, right? Almost every single person in this video that I did, this is 5 days ago, was like saying something negative about Pokey. Like, everybody was saying something negative about her. You didn't link her video? I haven't finished talking about it. I'll link the video right now, but I was
don't
going
think
to.
Pokimane's a bad
appreciate you
person. I
reminding
just
me,
think
though.
she
Yeah,
said
this
some
was
shit
I
that
think
can
this
be
is
taken in
overall
a
pretty
bad
fair video,
limelight and been
yeah, it was
like, yeah, she's
long as
had
I just
some.
quit my job
She's
to
said
watch-
some questionable things like the broke boy thing and stuff like that, and she's had some shit that she says that gets bad press. But everybody says shit and makes mistakes, you know. But the problem is she doesn't own up to
your
it.
pal world today. Good job, man. Well, you know, the positive thing is that you've already made a bad decision, so it can only get better from here, right? Vansler interest in weightlifting and guns. I get red pill stuff in my feed all the time. Yeah. That's it. And so, like, whenever I see this
It's the
kind of stuff
algorithm.
happen,
You like one thing that
I just
has to do with stuff like that.
like
You start
I
getting a
don't
bunch
think
of
that
red pill
I think
stuff.
that Twitch is probably out of, like, if I look at Instagram, Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, I don't go on TikTok really. I look on these 4 platforms. I think that Twitch is the least misogynistic platform.
I would agree with
by
that
a mile.
100%. 100%.
And also keep in mind, I'm a guy. Am I directly experiencing it? No, I'm not. I mean, maybe secondarily if I like defend a girl and people say I'm a simp.
Right.
But other than that, no, I'm not. So yeah, I really just don't think that Twitch is a misogynistic platform.
No, I don't either.
I think it's ridiculous.
I think they cover those grounds
It's ridiculous.
pretty well
The
with
majority
their
of content on Twitch
terms
is
of
not
service
sexual.
and bans and shit.
This is
And
just not the way it
also,
works.
you always have the ban button.
Pokimane-
If you disagree with someone's take, you can always click that ban button. No reason to leave Twitch. In my opinion, that hurts the community, the female community on Twitch more than helps it. So there's that.